What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing my match review, match reaction and match analysis of Manchester City's emphatic away win in the Premier League at Brighton and Hove Albion, winning by 4-0 this evening. Before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below of what you made of this performance for Manchester City. How are you feeling now with 5 games remaining in the Premier League for Manchester City? A big hurdle dealt with here by Manchester City, and City now putting themselves into a really good position into the finale of the season. How are you feeling? Do let me know in the comments below, and also don't forget to leave a thumbs up. 100 likes is the aim. Finally, I would say a big thank you to today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. SofaScore are going to keep you up to date with all the latest football scores out there from around the grounds, from around the world, including all the latest with what's happening with Manchester City and all the other big important football games that you have got coming up. SofaScore will keep you up to date with all the latest scores from around the grounds, with all the other sports that you guys love to follow as well. It's a free app to download, very highly rated, and I would appreciate anybody downloading SofaScore using my link in the description, or alternatively the QR code on screen, which will take you to the download page to download the free SofaScore app. So, gonna crack on with this video, and I'm gonna give my thoughts. And I said in my preview that what was so important for this game was scoring first. Manchester City put under pressure from Brighton early on, managed to find that opening goal, and it was one-way traffic from there, and Manchester City managed to carry on pushing from there. So scoring through Kevin de Bruyne after 17 minutes, 9 minutes later, doubling our lead, and you fancy that once you've got that killer 2-goal cushion in the first half as well, the game's done and dusted. And what I was really pleased about here with this performance was Manchester City never really rested upon what they had achieved. They didn't just say, we're 1-0 up and we feel like we've got to the point where we're going to pick up the 3 points, we're ahead with Manchester City. There wasn't that arrogance about Manchester City. They knew that they needed that killer second goal, and once they'd done that, because this is something we didn't really have earlier in the season, I look mainly towards that game against Crystal Palace at home back in December, where you settle upon being 2-0 up and you just start to rotate, you start to rest players, you take your foot off the gas. Manchester City recognised, because it was like a Man City performance from the business end of last season, where City recognised the importance of scoring another goal. A third goal before half-time completely takes the game away from Brighton, and Manchester City in pole position for 3 points. And what was really pleasing going into the second half, because Brighton did have a pop right towards the start of that second half to try and find that goal that would give them the gateway back into the game, was Manchester City managed to defend that out, build upon that, and grab a 4th goal before deciding we're going to start rotating and resting players because we've got another game on Sunday. It's a must-win game, so we're not going to start forcing the issue, because we could have looked at the goal difference. We know that we're behind Arsenal on goal difference. They won 5-0 on Tuesday at home against Chelsea. We've won 4-0 here, so Arsenal have gained 1 goal difference on us. But at the moment, we're looking at 8 goal difference swing. Arsenal's got 4 games to play. City have got 5 games left to play. And looking at the points tally now, I don't think goal difference is going to be that important between Arsenal and City. It's going to be about points played, unless you see both teams starting to drop points, which I don't see both sides dropping points between now and the end of the season. One of them, maybe, even at a push, that might not happen. So I don't think this is going to come down to goal difference. Arsenal have got that goal difference on Manchester City. We know what we need to do. We've got 5 games left, 5 wins. We win the Premier League trophy, and there's nothing that Arsenal or Liverpool can do about that. And this result here for Manchester City, difficult away game against Brighton, not easy, managed very well from City, means we now know that if we can beat Nottingham Forest on Sunday, then Manchester City are very much in pole position to win the Premier League, because we've got a week off. That's very dangerous. Manchester City, well rested, ready to go. 4 games left to play after the weekend, and Manchester City know that if they're still in the position where it's in our own hands, will be very difficult to stop from there. The history of the last 5 years or so have shown that that's going to be very difficult for any team to be able to get on top of Manchester City. And what's causing all the problems here is City. We might not have that point on Arsenal right now. We do have the game in hand, and winning that game in hand away at Spurs in 3 weeks' time will send Manchester City at the very least 2 points clear of Arsenal if we win every game between now and then. But it's all about managing the situation. You can only take things a game at a time. I think that's something Arsenal have really improved on this season. They're managing the situation much better than they were last season. They've got a big question mark at the weekend in that North London derby. If Arsenal can negotiate that, I reckon this Premier League title race will be going down to the wire. Will they be able to cope with that game? High pressure game, derby game, must win game for Arsenal, must win game for Spurs as well. Both sides going toe for toe with each other. It's a big game, so do keep your eyes on that. We know that Liverpool going first at the weekend, got a difficult game coming up away at West Ham and Manchester City, with Nottingham Forest fighting for survival, just 1 point clear of the relegation zone. It's a game that we dropped points in last season at the City ground as well. It will not be easy. No game between now and the end of the season is going to be easy, and the way that City handled and managed this game here against Brighton is as easy of a win as what we're going to get between now and the end of the season. It was a complete performance. It was De Bruyne and Foden pulling strings, working well together. It was Kyle Walker grabbing a couple of assists. City's defence sitting compact, sitting tight, keeping clean sheets. We're showcasing that we are ready to win the Premier League. What we need to do now, because we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, that's when you start dropping points, when you get too far ahead of yourselves. We don't want to be doing that. What we want to be doing heading into tomorrow is making sure the players are well rested, they're recovering really well, and they're focused. You saw from the team talk from Kyle Walker right at the beginning, we know what we need to do, so go out there and go and do it. And I think that's going to be the message that gets repeated for the next 5 games for Manchester City. And all we want to be thinking about, away match, Nottingham Forest, win that game. Manchester City then move it down from 5 down to 4, and all of a sudden you've got yourselves a week off, and it becomes very difficult then for Liverpool to win the league. It becomes difficult for Arsenal to win the league because they go down to 3 games with the Premier League title race out of their hands, and it very much becomes hope more than expectation. And Man City, we've got the experience. We know what it takes to win the league from the position that we are in. With City getting past this weekend, because these 2 away games that we've got, Brighton and Nottingham Forest away, 2 of the most difficult games that we've got on our fixture list, because I look at the other sides, potentially if results go against Spurs, we're going to be facing Fulham away, it'll be Wolves at home before that. 2 sides mid-table, not a lot to play for. Spurs, by the time we face them, may have nothing to play for as well, because things may already have been signed and sealed, and the same with West Ham as well, whilst your likes of your Arsenals and your Liverpools are taking on teams that have got meaning still left in their legs. So if we can negotiate Forest at the weekend, to me, they are 2 huge hurdles negotiated by Manchester City. Win that game on Sunday and assess. See if Liverpool drop points. If they do against West Ham, be absolutely brilliant. Arsenal against Tottenham Hotspur, if they drop points, that would be sensational. But we've got it in our own hands. We know what we need to do. A cool, comprehensive performance, clinical in front of goal, defensively sound, 3 points, winning by 4 away on the South Coast, away at Brighton. Not easy to do at all. I can't pick any faults here from Manchester City, because at the end of the day, it's all about winning games. And if we're winning games and we're doing it comfortably as well, like we have this evening, then to me, it's the complete performance from Manchester City. And if we can match our performance here for our remaining 5 games, we will be Premier League champions for a record-breaking 4 times in a row. It's right on the cusp, but we need to remain focused, not getting too far ahead of ourselves, but take nothing away. It's a brilliant victory, this, for Manchester City. I think Brighton will feel hard done by. Feel like they should have had a penalty. Feel like there shouldn't have been a 3 kick that led to Manchester City's goal as well. But once City had got ahead and negotiated the situation that we were in, and it was a one-sided game. It really was. Go and have a look at the statistics. Manchester City dominating the possession, dominating the shots on target, 6 shots on target, 4 goals. Clinical Manchester City. Nearly double the amount of passes that Brighton have had as well, on their own patch as well. It was a dominating performance from City at their clinical best as well. I thought Alvarez had a really good game for City, worked really hard and fully deserved his goal in the second half as well. So I think once Erling Haaland comes back for Manchester City, there has to be a question of how does he work his way back into the team, because this was slick Manchester City. City at their very, very best. Some of the football that was being played at times in the game was nothing short of absolutely sensational from City. City with a lot of swagger. City with a point to prove. And it was really refreshing to see, as I said, negotiate the game at the weekend against Forest. If we can come out of that with 3 points, a mentality of any which way to win, we have a week off, a well-rested City, a well-focused Manchester City with, 4 games left, 4 wins away from the Premier League title as well once we negotiate past the weekend. If we can do that against Nottingham Forest, we're just in a brilliant, brilliant position. Really good win this for Manchester City. It's a performance that we can really build upon, and we must build upon going into that game against Nottingham Forest, where all the focus has to be on that. Don't be thinking about Liverpool. Don't be thinking about Arsenal. Think about Manchester City. We're 5 wins away from the Premier League trophy. We've got a game coming up on Sunday. Win that game. We're down to 4 wins needed, and we're in a brilliant position. So I'm very happy right now. Things can go wrong very quickly, as we know in title races. City need to showcase their talent, their skills, their experience, and be smart on the pitch. And they did that today in an abundance. A fantastic performance. We're good to go. And I am confident right now that we can go out there and do the job that is needed to be done, because we've been here before. We've worn the t-shirt. As I said, we just need to maintain where we're at, and we will be where we want to be. They're my thoughts, guys. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. That would be absolutely brilliant. 100 likes is the aim. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Do go and check out SofaScore, today's video sponsor. Links and details, they are in the description. And I'll see you guys all again real soon for the next Manchester City video. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.